Hello everyone, welcome back to another Pokemon the series, the beginning episode talk. So in this episode, the gang meets a hippie with a flute, and he starts playing that flute, and then he wants food. But the gang, sadly enough, have no food. Afterwards, Team Rocket appear, and they also have no food for the hippie. So the gang makes it to town. However, the town seems to be having no bread. A bakery without bread and a stall without vegetables. What is this place? However, then an old man invites the kids to his house, and he has food at his home. However, the kids do not need to worry because of the fact that they have food to last for a little bit longer, so don't you worry about that one. And we learn that the reason that there is no food in this town is because of the fact that there is no water, because the river has run dry. So the gang, obviously, since they ate a bunch of food, offered to help. However, in order to get there, they gotta get through a forest full of thorns. So the suggestion obviously happens of using their Pokemon. So Bulbasaur gets rid of a couple of them with Razor Leaf, and then Psyduck gets stuck inside all of them. But eventually they make it to what looks like to be blocking the river, and it turns out it is a big old Snorlax. Yes, this episode basically is the plotline of removing the Snorlax from the routes on the way over to Fuchsia City. So now we have to wake up the Snorlax, and catching it doesn't really seem to work. A megaphone doesn't work. It's too heavy to move. Team Rocket then appears with a camera, and their balloon can't lift the Snorlax. And then the gang is like, what did we expect of Team Rocket? And then James like, nothing makes me more angry than being told the truth. Which I thought was funny. An alarm clock won't work. Water in the face doesn't work. Psyduck's kiss doesn't work. But Psyduck sure liked that one. Because of the fact that in the ancient story of, Disney, I guess, a boy kisses a girl awake. I forgot what that story is about, because I know the Dutch name, but I don't know the English name, so I'm not even gonna try. So they need noble Pokemon, and they come up with the idea of Horsey, but then Psyduck beats them to it. However, Jesse and James figure it's gonna be Meowth. But before that, when the gang is thinking of which Pokemon Team Rocket is gonna use, we get to see Arbok and Weezing kiss. And I don't like that imagery. It's nightmare fueled. But Meowth's kiss also doesn't work, but it does make Snorlax feel absolutely sick. So basically, Snorlax's dream has turned into a bit of a nightmare. However, before he gives that kiss, James says, like, "Give it a big wet one, fella." Which I think is the funniest thing ever. But because of that kiss, Snorlax does move slightly so that we can see a do not disturb sign. And if Snorlax is causing trouble with it sleeping, you need to wake it up with a Pokeflute. So the Pokedex shows what a Pokeflute is, and then they remember the hippie, so now it's a race back to the hippie. And then it's a fight over who gets to take the hippie back to the Snorlax. But thanks to Pidgeotto, the gang wins. So they take the hippie back to Snorlax, and he's like, "Oh, I was actually late. Sorry about that one." He plays the Pokeflute. Snorlax wakes up, does a little bit of stretches. However, turns out Snorlax wasn't the only thing blocking the water, because the vines were also blocking the water. So now we gotta get through all of that. But luckily enough, Snorlax, after he wakes up, is hungry. So he starts eating all the vines, because the thorny vines are Snorlax's favorite food. So now the town has water again, the gang gets thanked, and Snorlax goes to sleep by a tree, and Team Rocket is very disappointed by that, and then they get crushed by Snorlax, and that is how we end the episode. And overall, I thought this was a fun episode. I really like the way that they wanted to wake up Snorlax. They basically use everything in the book, and the dub makes it so much better with the fact that it's like, "Give it a big wet one, fella," which is still the funniest thing ever, or James hating being told the truth. That stuff is really funny. This episode is funny, and don't worry, Ash. One day, a Snorlax will be in your possession. That day, sadly enough, just isn't today. But let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below of this episode. Did you like it, or did you not? And with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new if you don't already, turn on notifications, and don't forget to check out the Let's Play channel, link in the description and at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys next week for the Dark City Gym, Scyther versus Electabuzz. Bye!